Married at First Sight Season 18's Michelle Tomblin has been typecast as the villain, but after David Trimble's issues, she's being vindicated. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Married at First Sight Season 18's Michelle Tomblin has been the villain all season, but there's a chance after the truth has come out about David Trimble's behavior that she's been vindicated in her actions. Throughout Married at First Sight Season 18, Michelle has been doing everything she can to prove that she's not the villain everyone believes she is. While her behavior hasn't been easy to watch, it's possible that there was a bit of an overreaction to Michelle's behavior after seeing what David has admitted to in the most recent episodes, and what's expected to be coming next. Michelle began the Married at First Sight journey hopeful that she'd be finding someone that was right for her in a way she hadn't been able to find on her own. Relying on the Married at First Sight experts, Michelle was hopeful that she'd be matched with someone independent, stable, and interested in her at their core. Despite knowing that the current MAFS experts have a notoriously low success rate, Michelle felt like she was in the right place when asking the experts for their help. Unfortunately, after meeting David, she wasn't convinced he was the best match for her. Michelle has been negatively perceived in MAFS Season 18. Throughout Married at First Sight Season 18, Michelle has been perceived as the season's big villain even if the evidence hasn't been there to support it. Michelle joined the series hopeful about finding a great match, but her time on MFS hasn't exactly been positive. When Michelle first met David, he was physically the type of guy she'd usually be interested in, but he didn't turn out to be the most typical guy. David shared quickly with Michelle that he was still living with his parents, which wasn't something she was interested in learning more about during their wedding reception. While Michelle took her time wrapping her mind around the fact that she was married to someone who was still living with his parents, David tried to reassure Michelle that it wasn't because he needed to be there. Even so, Michelle was wary of David's decisions, and when they delved into their finances it became obvious that there were a lot more issues in David's life than Michelle was equipped to deal with. While she was dealt a bad hand, the way Michelle chose to deal with the issues David had wasn't the best, as her attitude was undercutting. David disrespected his wife in sexting scandal. Although David's life wasn't what Michelle pictured for her future, the behavior he exhibited throughout the season was worse than the drama of dealing with his living situation or finances. Michelle clearly had a feeling something was going on for David outside of their marriage within the first days that they were together, as their time on their honeymoon was often interrupted with David disappearing and refusing to let her know where he was. As their relationship continued, more red flags led to her finding out he was openly texting another woman behind her back. Michelle struggled with David's behavior. Throughout the most recent episodes of Married at First Sight Season 18, Michelle has been open about the fact that she's not happy with the way David has been treating her in general, but the fact that he's been openly lying to her about cheating is unacceptable. David's behavior has been eye-opening, mostly because the lies he's been telling are so deeply unbelievable. Trying to pass off sexual, though non-explicit, text messages as things he was sending to a cousin of his, it became clear that David wasn't lying in a way that was going to be sustainable or believable. Michelle is poised to vindicate herself. As Michelle has moved toward the end of the season with her marriage intact, it's becoming clear that she's not going to wind up with David by the end of the season. Still, viewers are interested in learning more about what the couple will go through by the end of their MAFS journey. Michelle discovering David has been texting someone else has sparked a fire in her, and the moments viewers have seen of her on Married at First Sight Season 18 make it seem like she's close to vindicating herself for her behavior earlier in the difficult MAFS season. As Michelle has moved through the final episodes of the MAFS season, she's been making it clear that she's not happy with David in any capacity, nor does she have to be after his blatant breach of trust. Michelle has been sharing more about David's misgivings with her fellow MAFS cast members, but it's been obvious that David's cheating may have been more of an open secret than MAFS viewers realized. Michelle has been poised to make a comeback, shedding the villain status she's been wearing all season by calling David out for his overwhelming lies and unnecessarily cruel behavior. Michelle can shake her villain status through scandal. Although Michelle may have been the villain of the season, there's a possibility that by sharing more about her experience and calling David out for the horrible things he's done throughout their marriage, she could shake her villain status. Michelle is always going to be a tough part of Married at First Sight Season 18 for some viewers who won't be able to get over the way she treated David earlier in the season, but her turnaround will likely work for most. While Michelle's had her guard up all season, her behavior wasn't entirely explainable until David's lies came out. Throughout Married at First Sight Season 18, David has been acting like he's unassuming and simply taking the behavior Michelle displayed without any understanding as to why she's been angry or hurt by him. Meanwhile, Michelle has known something was off with her Married at First Sight spouse since the beginning, whether she understood what the issues were or not. Michelle's behavior has been reactionary, making it clear that there was a reason she was being harsh with David from the start. Now, with David's behavior out in the open, Michelle should be able to shake her MAFS villain status.